Creating simplicity. So what happens when you are studying a particular subject like science? You get into the field of science. When you're studying a particular subject like English, you get into the field of English. But what happens when an amalgamation of an absolutely diverse subject like science happens with literature? Today we have Dr. Anil Varma with us, who's here to introduce his book Milton and the Scientific Mind. Let us hear about his story and the book and the combination of literature versus with science. Thank you so much for joining on our show. So you are actually from Uttar Pradesh and you have written a lot of books, which one of them is the popular poems, which is I Was Not Ready to Let You Go. And now you are with your book Milton and the Scientific Mind. What is your correlation with science and literature?
Basically, ma'am, I have been a science student from the very first class standard, and I graduated in science with physics, chemistry and mathematics, and thereafter I did my MSc in physics with a specialization in solid state physics and electronics. It was only, my ill luck that I was to fall back on the study of literature, which eventually I did, and that is how I reaped the best benefits of both the fields, of the science as well as the literature.
And so science is usually more on practical knowledge, and literature, when works are written, it requires a lot of imagination. So how were you able to deal with the extremes?
It's a very nice question, ma'am, because obviously these two are very divergent subjects. Whereas in science, the basic realm is demonstrative facts, and in literature, it is the sentiments. Joy or happiness is not in the realms of science. Aesthetic pleasure is in the case of literature. So, but one thing is there that I have noticed, and even it is said, that both these subjects, though divergent, but they are not hostile or mutually destructive to each other. The one can be used in the service of the other. So, I always studied literature with the glasses of science, and that is why I said it is a double blessing, which the regular students of literature cannot enjoy. So this was of much help for writing this present book of mine, and this was a novel theme that I chose to write.
So Milton and the Scientific Mind, what is the book all about? Like what does one look forward to in the book when they read it? What is different about it?
The first hand impression of any book can be got from the title. Not exactly, but some preliminary ideas we can have. So as the title suggests that the book is about Milton. Milton, as all of us know, he was one of the greatest poets among the British poets, and the rest of the half, the scientific mind. This should not be a misnomer in the sense that we are trying to project that Milton was only a scientist. He was not a poet. Basically, he was a poet, but the title signifies that the various sciences prevalent in those ages and how he made use of them. So basically, this book aims at projecting Milton's knowledge, his recognition, his appreciation, his realization of the vast significance of science that was in the world, in spite the supremacy of religion and that almighty.
So is the book more correlating to his poem Paradise Lost?
In fact, because it is a vast subject, I have tried to cover the entire poetic and the prosaic tracts of Milton here. This is the culmination of 5 years of my hard labor, for the which I studied Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained, Samson Agonistes, and Samson and Dalila, other sonnets, plus the entire prose writings of Milton. Nothing is left.
And coming to Coimbatore, is this your first visit to Coimbatore?
No, ma'am. My brother, he lives here. For the last 15 years, I am frequently coming here, staying here for a month. What a beautiful place it is, and the area surrounding it. Always a pleasure to be here.
And you see it as an inspirational place for most of the authors?
Yes, obviously. Because the society where my brother lives in is full of intellectuals, wonderful people. Every evening we commingle with each other and we get newer and newer ideas. This is how life should be lived.
The name and the value of the book holds a lot of in-depth analysis. Especially Milton is a very deep subject, and then you're associating with the scientific mind. So does it be like a rest period book, or is it more of a reference book?
This book will be of immense help, I suppose, for the research scholars in particular.
Okay.
It's not for the common people because they only go through Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained and all that. But those who are Miltonic fans, those who want to work farther and farther for their degrees, this book will be of immense help. Otherwise, I regret to say that it will not enthuse the common people.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir. We wish you all the luck for your book, Milton and the
Thank
Scientific
you so
Mind.
very much.
And may there always be a correlation of the practicalities of science with the fiction and the imagination that is associated with literature, because that will bring out a more real world.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Thank you.